Hello, my name is Dr. Danielle, and welcome to this Design and Elevate Your Life with a Health and Wellness Business. This is going to be a quick introduction to the business model that I use that really changed everything for me, and I'm going to show you how it can change for you as well. Something that I've learned along the way. First, I want to start off with a story. I was working as a mental health clinician for many, many years, and I was on vacation once with my family, and I'm sitting at this pool, which is beautiful, beautiful pool. And my brother-in-law, who does a business on his own, he kind of has branched out and does his own health and wellness business. My sister and I were at the pool. And I was kind of stressed in that moment because I was in a high burnout job. I'm sure many of you know how that feels. And just running around everywhere all the time, putting out crises and suicides, intervention, things like that. And it was May, and I had taken my last day of vacation to go on this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's May. I still have the entire year of now I have no vacation time. And I was just feeling this burnout, but also this restraint of this freedom. And my brother-in-law takes a phone call and he says, just a minute. And he goes over to the side and I can see him over there on the phone. And he's talking to someone about his health and wellness business. And I'm looking at him saying, wow, he's so lucky that he can be building a business at a pool at a resort. Like, I want that. And I remember in this moment, that's what came to me was that he was lucky. And I realized that that thought was false. It's not luck. It is something that we choose. And this put me down this entire path of diving into choice psychology and how our entire life is designed by the small choices we make daily. And we get to choose our future. We get to choose how we want to spend the rest of our days. And I'm going to, share more on this story and this journey. But right now I'll talk about, something that I'm very passionate about, which is choice psychology. And when you look at all the choices that we have, all the freedoms that we have, really it boils down to one thing, and it's our freedom to choose what we think. And that determines our circumstances. We have the power to choose in our state, choose to stay in our current circumstances we find ourselves in, or to change them. The time is going to pass anyway. So where do you want to be in 5 years? And that was the question that came to me. I was an employee at a health clinic, and I was also splitting my time at another health clinic. And it was just, driving back and forth and seeing all this huge caseload, having to do all the paperwork, the billing. And I had talked to, someone at work, a coworker, and I had said, I just am thinking about doing this and I'm not sure. And she said, well, the time's going to pass anyway. I'm like, so she's like, so you might as well do it. I'm like, you're right. That time is going to pass. So I might as well do this. So I started creating a health and wellness business with something I'm passionate about, which is essential oils. And in order to do that, though, I think the major thing that I had to work on was mindset and also my mindset around finances. So I'm going to share a couple books with you. I want you to write these down. These are books that I listen to or read regularly over and over. Sometimes, people think, oh, you got to read like hundreds of books. And I'm like, I read about 10 books hundreds of times because they are books that I want in my psyche. So the first one is The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson. The 4-Year Career by Richard Bliss Brooke. And Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, so you can find these on Audible. I highly recommend, but because this is what makes all the difference. So I'll tell you a little bit more about my background. So I'm a doctor of psychology. I have a mental health license as well, and a master's in social work. I'm the founder of the Holistic Brain Institute. That is the health and wellness business I created. I am a Blue Diamond leader in the company dōTERRA Essential Oils, and I'm a global leader and speaker. I'm an author. I have published now. Branching out and doing my own health and wellness business has allowed me to do humanitarian work, and lead teams globally around the world and travel. And it has just given me back my freedom. But before all that, I was an employee working 9 to 5 every single day, 40 hours plus a week. Crisis therapist. I had dreamed about going on humanitarian trips. I had dreamed about, having more financial freedom. I just wanted it so bad. And it wasn't until I started utilizing essential oils that are this certified pure tested grade essential oils that it actually helped my own health. And when that happened, I thought, wow, well, what can these do in my office? Like what can I do for my kiddos? What can I do for people that, I serve? And I started using a diffuser, and that changed my therapy sessions. So I knew I was onto something. I wanted to be in healthcare, not sick care. I wanted so much to do preventative work. And so that's what this business model that I'm going to show you that I found so grateful to have, prayed for and wished for, and it came. And it has created freedom for me. I have been working from home or from the pool side for the last 10 years now, and with a stable income. So it's not about getting rich quick. It's about how do you create a long-term stable income and have freedom. And I'm excited to show you this model. So I want to ask you, where are you now? Have you been searching for more purpose, more community, more flexibility, maybe some natural solutions, maybe other ways to serve people in a very holistic way? Are you wanting more support, friendships, money, freedom? Which of those or all of those speak to you? If any of those do, I'm going to tell you you're in the right place. So let's just look at some statistics here. Home-based entrepreneurs have, when they did a survey, have 91% satisfaction. Do you know what the employee rates satisfaction level was? About 50%, little over 50%. So that sounds about right. If you can work from home and have more freedom in your life, you would absolutely have more life satisfaction. But here's something really interesting they found in this survey. People who stuck with it, longer tenured entrepreneurs, and those with larger teams report even higher satisfaction. So what I'm going to show you today is something that fits in that category with doTERRA, which is the largest global essential oil company in the world. And we're going to watch a little video about that.
This might sound crazy, but 85% of jobs. It's easy to see why. Maybe you don't like having a boss. Maybe you're not paid what you're worth. Maybe you feel like you spend more time at the office than anywhere else. Maybe you feel like the work you do doesn't have the impact you see for yourself. There's a way to break free from this daily grind and create a better life of success and purpose, driven by you. Building a business at dōTERRA can check all these boxes and more. dōTERRA started in 2008 with a mission to make the world a better place through powerful gifts of the earth. Since then, millions of customers have experienced the natural power and effectiveness of dōTERRA's essential oils and other wellness products. 65% of those who purchase dōTERRA products become return customers. This has created a broad and loyal customer base, as well as a recognized and trusted brand. Starting your own business with dōTERRA doesn't require significant capital, specialized equipment, or office space. You decide how much time you want to put in, and the generous compensation plan can help you earn added income as you share. The best part is that you are in control of your success. You can design a path unique to you. Through sharing and educating others, you can earn bonuses, commission, and added income. By partnering with an established company, the guesswork of starting a new business is gone. The products, training, education, marketing, and customer service are all in place to support your success. Most importantly, you would join a company that believes in doing everything possible to create a better world. The products help customers take control of their health in a powerful and natural way, and as you build your business, You also help to create opportunities for hardworking farmers and harvesters in more than 47 countries. Each person along the supply chain is treated fairly. We strive to source the best and help the most in every community where we source our products. Think of the life you could create for yourself. A life of purpose on a path unique to you. Create the life you imagine by talking to the person who shared this video with you. dōTERRA. Pursue what's pure.
All right, so I hope you were able to see the possibility by partnering. So there are different ways we can do this. We can manufacture our own product and do all the, legalities, the shipping, and there's other ways you can also do business by partnering with an already established multi-billion-dollar company and be a wellness advocate. So as a doTERRA wellness advocate, you get paid when you offer the natural solutions. You don't have to deal with all that other company side. You get to just share natural medicines that people can have in their home and empower them with that. And then you get the freedom to work when you want, where you want, and your own schedule. It's an effort-based business. So the effort you put in is what you will get back. And it also creates a residual income. So it's not just about, oh, well, I want to start with this product. It really is finding the right product. And let me give you a couple reasons for this. Number one is when you're looking at helping people, it's really important that you have a product that has a large target audience, meaning this target audience can help people from every age and stage of life. If you were doing something just like an anti-aging skincare, which, a lot of us want, but that doesn't help babies. That doesn't help, other ages and stages of life, teenagers. And so this is why doTERRA is one of the right products, because it helps from your animals to pregnancy and through every stage of life, including your cooking. I know you're going to hear from Robin in a minute, and her mom have based their entire business with doTERRA with cooking. And so I want you to understand, like, this, it fits into so many different categories for you. And let's talk about other reasons it's the right product. Number one is certified pure tested grade. That is the highest quality in the market and the only pure essential oils that you can find and have access to in your home. They're globally sourced. Over 49 of the plant ingredients come from Africa. So you're supporting local farms. Another thing you see on here, wellness product lines. So it's not just essential oils. There are essential oil or products, wellness products infused with essential oils. So these are things like vitamins, minerals, greens, your collagen, skincare, hair care. So this just expands your customer base. Third, you see on here, ethical and sustainable practices like you saw in the video. So this is where you can go and do your research. Go to sourcetoyou.com and look up what they're doing and every single product where they source and how they're doing partnerships to give back to those areas, how part of what we purchase helps those farms, helps those individuals. And then lastly, but definitely not least, debt-free company. doTERRA is a debt-free company. Let me tell you what that means to partner with a multi-billion-dollar company and the largest essential oil company. They have no investors. That means they can keep the price for something so pure, they can keep it low. And that also means longevity of your partnership, where a lot of companies that have a great idea and they bring on investors. Now, so much of their capital has to be paid to investors. And do you know what happens over the long run with those? I've seen it time and time again in the health and wellness industry. They flop. And it leaves those like people like you and I who have partnered with them with nothing left. So doTERRA pays out almost about 48%, almost half of the entire capital to wellness advocates. That is a lot. The other half goes to obviously the sourcing employees, the shipping. And so being debt-free company makes it a longevity and stability for your business. So that's a little bit about doTERRA. So I'm excited for you to kind of learn a little bit more and dive into how this can be something really successful for you. So let's talk about the demand, because when you look at, well, I'd like to start my own health and wellness company, let's look at where the demand is. So 80% of the global population uses botanical remedies for some aspect of their primary healthcare concerns. So that's 3 out of 4 people that are already seeking natural. And it needs to be effective. You need to see quick results sometimes too. And that's what the essential oils are, concentrated medicines. So they work. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And I found this interesting. 75% rely solely on these remedies. I know for me, I have not been to the doctor for any health concerns for a really, really long time. And that is because I am using the oils for preventative, but I also use them as intervention in my home regularly every single day. And I thought that, this statistic about Africa, the demand is up to 90% who rely on botanicals for healthcare. So this is a huge benefit with starting a health and wellness business in medicinal botanical healthcare. Let's talk about retention and how this is priority for stable residual income. So the percentage of customers that reorder in a 12-month period is what retention means. So the standard in the industry is 10%. But let me tell you a funny story. So my brother-in-law that I spoke about in the beginning, doing his business, he's in a health and wellness business as well. He partners with a different company. And I went to an event with them in Los Angeles one day. And I remember them celebrating their success. They had hired their retention rate. This is a big deal because what that means is out of 100 people that I introduce, if my retention rate is 10 of them are ordering in the next year. So I have to, in order to keep my income up, I need to keep going and finding 90 more people. That's a lot. And his company, they were celebrating that they had increased their income level up, or not income level, sorry, their retention level to 15%. So 15. And that's something to celebrate. To going from 10 to 15% is a huge growth for sure. But let me show you what doTERRA has. 65 and even up to 75 in Africa. That's a huge retention rate. That means that out of 100 people that start to order, 65 to 75 of them are still ordering in a year. I've had a consistent, stable, long-term residual income with doTERRA. I've been working with doTERRA for 13 years, but for 10 years, I've had about the very similar, income level that has, surpassed what I even made, it's actually double what I made as a doctor of psychology. So that's a lot. So this is something also to contribute, because I know there's other ways that people say, well, this is a great business because it's, it's a high cost item, so you get a higher return, but that's not a long-term stable income. We're talking longevity here. Company that's debt-free, no investors, has medicinal products that work, and has product lines that serve every age and stage of life, including things that you would just replace in your house anyway, like toothpaste infused with essential oils. So this offers such a huge business opportunity. So what I want to, address is, maybe you're saying, well, yeah, but can I really, like, that worked for you? You're a doctor of psychology. Whatever we want to project, right? I did that to my brother-in-law. Well, he's a guy. Guys are better at business. It's all in our thoughts. If you're wondering if you can really build a business that fits your busy life, that's a big one. Helps others and actually make great money. The answer is yes. With the right product, the right tools, and the right support, you can absolutely do that. I built this when I was working over 40 hours a week. and I'll show you how I did this, but this is how it works. You start with the products. Just use them for yourself. And that way you authentically can share your own personal journey with using the oils and how they've helped you. And as you share and you educate and really empower people with their own healthcare, you enroll them, meaning they enroll and order. You help them order and then you support them. That's the model. Super, super simple. Before I go into this, I want to ask Robin, and then CD, I see you're on. I'm going to prepare you to share at the end too. But I'm going to ask, so Robin is someone I met in Cape Town, and I stay in Hawaii. I didn't say that before, but obviously I'm American with my accent, and I stay in Hawaii. And I met Robin online actually, and she's a holistic occupational therapist. So I would just love to hear from you, Robin. Why, as an occupational therapist and a Pilates instructor, why did it just feel like a good fit for you to start integrating and using essential oils and then integrating and being a partner in the business?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Danielle. So I'm Robin, and I'm a holistic occupational therapist and a Pilates instructor. And dōTERRA really just came at a perfect time because I was really looking to bring more alignment between my work and my values, and all the different passions that I have. So on the business side, I love the empowerment that it brings, the flexibility. It's not just about selling oils, but just helping people create freedom, whether it's more time, whether it's better health, or just being part of a supportive community. So it's really just showing me that business can be deeply meaningful when it's built around, authenticity. And it's really just also helped me build my work around my life. Um, yeah, and just being able to empower people with my work. I always worry about, only seeing someone for 45 minutes or an hour per week. Where is the carryover? How are they going to empower themselves at home? So the essential oils is also hugely empowering, knowing that this can help restore their physical or emotional or occupational balance at home, not in just therapy.
Yeah, I love that. You said you can build your work around your life with this and help people. I found the same thing with being able to send people home with an essential oil that they can use throughout the week for a coping mechanism. And, thanks so much, Robin, for sharing. It's inspiration to see you really changing people's lives in Cape Town with the essential oils. And um, they really do change lives. And I think I wanted more purpose in my work to do more in a health model and not a sick model. And that's what this is. So let's talk about what you can earn. So it's like, okay, that all sounds really good. Sounds like the product's great. Maybe you've already been using the product. Sounds like the company is stable and, very dependable. And this can create something. But how much do you get paid? Like you're talking, what's the money really look like? So first off, you can see a bunch of names and numbers on here. So I'm going to just kind of show you. The core, what we call level of volume that we can bring in is called elite. Now, elite is 3,000 of OV, which means overall volume from sales. Now, let me just say right here, any of you who've already doing a business, maybe you have a business based on one product, right? Imagine if you were to add, we have hundreds of products. Imagine if you were to add more and what that would contribute. But if you're doing a business and you have a product and you have a certain amount of volume, you get paid on that. So that's the same type of thing. If you're in a therapy practice, whatever volume you bring in, that's what you get paid on. So same type of thing. So 3,000 in volume is about 15 people ordering a home essentials kit in a month. So 15 people ordering what we call our home essentials kit, which is our top 10 essential oils. So that's what that kind of looks like. So this is a base volume. So when you have when you are elite, when you have 3,000 in volume, the amount that you earn a month is about 8,000. And it takes average 3 months. It can take 6 months. It can take 1 month. It just kind of depends on where you're at and your level of ability to put time into it. So next, I'll go down to silver is creating elite 3 times in 3 different organizations. So this is where, like, let's say you have a shop in Cape Town, but you want another shop in Durban and in Johannesburg. So it's like creating 3 different shops. Okay. So these 3 shops are business partners, could be friends, family who want to also empower people with natural medicine. And so you have 3 more elites, and the overall rand a month is 23,000. That's a lot. So I'm going to just share the rest with you through my business story. So when I got started, I just started sharing with my friends. They were all having babies at that time. And so it was exciting because it was like, wow, something natural that can help them in the maternity and the birthing process also helps them. One of my friends specifically that was having trouble conceiving, and through getting her body balanced, she was able to conceive after 7 years of trying. So really, really cool how the oils can help so many different ways. So I was just helping my friends, and I immediately started getting my oils paid for. So I would say that was more consistent for me for the first several months. But after about a year and a half, I started really seeing that my income was growing faster. And at 2 years in, I hit the level of platinum. So that's about over 100,000 rand a month. And that replaced my income. I was able to retire myself. And from that point, I was able to work from home, and I went full time in dōTERRA, full time in my business. And in 6 months later, I went diamond, which is 137 rand a month. And then 6 months after that, so 1 year after retiring myself, I went to blue diamond. So you can see tripling my income in 1 year. And that is the possibility. And everybody's journey is different. Some people went faster. Some people, take longer. It's all about our own development journey. But I want to ask you, if it took you 5 years to get to, let's just stick with the blue diamond level here, 335,000 rand. If it took you 10 years, would you still be interested in doing this? If it took you 10 years, and in 10 years, you could be making 300,000 rand a month, I would be. And the only way to really fail in this business is to quit. So, and that's it. So there are times where my business is just like anything in the market, going huge. Other times it's a little slower. And the only way I can fail is if I quit. I stay consistent. And now going for the level of presidential. So that is the potential of earnings. And so who is this for? This is for anyone who has a passion for natural health, making more money, and helping others. And they're really ready to design and elevate their life. We have so many, and I'm going to ask CD to share in just a minute since she's on here live. People in South Africa. This is actually growing huge in South Africa right now. So Franz and Marty Kruger are diamonds, and they are founders for dōTERRA. And they met me and my business partner, Kirsten, who's my best friend. And she also lives in Hawaii. And we met Marty online. Marty found a video of Kirsten's and reached out to her and said, hey, what's this business about? I'm kind of curious. I'm looking for a business to do at home. And so Marty started building this business from home, and Marty's introduced many, many people. She has a massive team now and has been able to retire herself. And their story, was pretty significant during COVID. Doing dōTERRA during COVID, it skyrocketed where their other brick and mortar business did not. It went down. And so they were able to sustain their lives and their business and their finances with a home-based business. We have Botswana. Tina is doing incredible in Botswana. She's a diamond in Botswana, making that diamond income. And again, these are US-based salaries that are paid globally. So she says, I'm making more money than most of the, high up officials in Botswana. And I love that for her. She's changing so many people's lives. And we have so many other successes. In fact, I think it'd be great for you to hear from Ceedie. And Ceedie, if you don't mind, sharing a little bit about like I think it's authentic to hear your hesitation. I had a major hesitation starting this business. In fact, just to kind of share, I told you I heard my brother-in-law on the phone. That wasn't the first time I thought about the business. My friend Kirsten had asked me 8 months and pretty consistently for 8 months. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. Like that just, sorry, let's mute somebody. So I just said, no, that's not for me. I'm a mental health clinician. And it wasn't until like I saw physically what the freedom it can bring that I changed my mind. So Ceedie, and now I'll just share with you real quick. I have, 10,000 customer base, over 100 premieres in over 30 countries on my team. So Ceedie, I would love for you to share a little bit about your journey and getting started with doTERRA and where it's led you today, and celebrate that now you are the rank of gold.
Yes, Dr. Daniel and everybody. Good evening, guys. Uh, I live on the road, so I'm in a car. So I'm going to switch off, guys, because can you see? But I just wanted to see everybody and say I am here and I'm excited. But guys, my story is one of a kind, right? Because I heard about doTERRA in 2019. So my friend, we've been doing so many things. She said to me, I need something that is sustainable, something that can help me build a legacy. And a couple of months later, she said, Ceedie, I found something. I found that I was looking for. And it was doTERRA. And I said, no, this is not what I'm going to do. I'm not a health guru. I'm not passionate about wellness. It's not my passion. It's not my thing. I came up with all the excuses, right? But all these excuses of mine never paid my bills. That one I can tell you, right? And she went ahead. Her name is Marty Kruger, and she started building doTERRA. Family, I've been watching Marty build doTERRA like one drop at the time. I can tell you that, right? And when we were during lockdown, I see this girl is flourishing. This girl is traveling abroad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that thing is working. But my pride wouldn't allow me to go back to her and say, sis, you were right. That time, my life is going down. Like anything that I'm doing, I'm joining a business today. 6 months later, this business is gone. I'm crying. I'm starting all over again. And Marty is flying. You know what, family? The rest is history. I don't want to repeat this story because it always breaks my heart every time I talk about it. But 2024, I made that bold call. Like I had to be courageous. I had to call my friend. I had to say, sis, I can see what you are doing is working and you can see where my life is right now. Please help me. She never judged me. She never reminded me of what she said to me in 2019 or 2020. She said, let's come and join hands. Let's work together. So I signed up on the 1st of December 2024. I hit my first elite in 30 days. And that time my friend was on a holiday. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this come rain, shine, whatever you can call it, right? And I started building this. I called my friends. I told them about this. And I was expecting them to say no. Why? Because I did the same to Marty. Okay, so I just want to encourage somebody here to say, if people are saying no, they're not saying no to you. It means they haven't understood this opportunity as yet, right? So please go ahead. Keep sharing this opportunity. Start changing your own life. That is the best marketing tool. When people saw me after a month, 2 months, how my skin looked like, my energy, like everything, especially my happiness, guys, when they saw my happiness, like it was a magnet, right? And a couple of months later, I hit all those ranks. I can't remember the months because I never concentrate on ranks, right? I always concentrate on helping others to look and feel better. Trust me. I'm not even building this business to build others, to be business builders. I want happy people around me. And So when people start changing their lives, they start feeling better, they look happy, and today I'm a gold, right? Because I also have an army. I have a team of customers. I have a team of, business builders as well who are building at their own time. No pressure, right? We are doing our thing here, but the results are so loud. So I'm super excited to be supported by the likes of Dr. Daniel and the rest of the team here. And I can tell you, if you're looking at doing this as a business, all you have to do is to bring your site, and we are here to help you. Thank you so much, Dr. Danielle.
Thank you so much for sharing on the road. And love that, like, with this business, you get to just travel around. And congratulations on just increasing your business tenfold. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, CD. You're very inspirational to listen to. So I hope this presentation today has helped you just take some things into consideration. And I want you to think about, what is your dream? What do you want to see different in the next 5 years? So if we don't change things now, 5 years will pass anyway. And those small choices we make can change your future. And that's why partnering, talk to the person who invited you to watch this video and just ask them about how you can, plug in and see how this business can fit for you. And it's easy to start. Like we talked about, you start with your own products, share with others, help them order and support. And with the right tools, this business can really work for you as well. And what we have classes that we do. So you get to share information. We have marketing funnels, social media courses. You get to enroll people. You get a free personalized website with dōTERRA, product promotions, and then we do weekly online training. So you will be fully supported, just like CD said, about the getting support with this community and diving in. So we are so excited to see you. Oops, sorry, the wrong thing. In our plugging into what we have with our wellness, health and wellness business, and with our health and wellness community. And have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, CD.